Welcome everybody to a brand new SHIRO show.
Yeah.
It is new,
Hi,
it is the
everybody.
show, it is SHIRO. How's everyone doing today?
Doing great. It's been a fantastic day as far as I'm concerned. How are you guys?
I don't believe you, Dan.
I don't know why you don't believe me. Don't I sound sincere?
Very sincere,
Yeah,
nothing
no.
but sincerity's out from Dan.
You don't hear any
Sorry.
stress in my voice from a very busy day at work? No?
My key
Totally
light
not.
is just like messing with me. Am I too loud? I just want to ask, like, because
No, you're good.
I may have bumped my. Okay, I may have bumped
I can lower
my
you a tiny
my
bit.
DAW. Okay, good. Okay, no, I just want to make sure because I bumped it and I don't know if I bumped the volume or not.
Bumped it out. Bumped it out.
Full house. That's right, Analog Black Sheep. We've got all three of us
full
here
house.
again. It's amazing.
It's just like that
Yeah, it's
horrible
amazing.
TV show.
Miracle.
Yeah, no, I was rushing
Horrible.
because
Come
I
on, that was
had to take my
childhood, man.
Horrid.
had to take my daughter to the book fair, and you know she was like taking her darn time, like choosing what she wanted, and I was just like tapping my foot, you know, come on, let's go, you know. So we got home just in the nick of time. I'm glad that I was able to.
That's good. Did you pick
Make it
out any
happen.
good books?
Yeah, she did. She got
good.
stuff that wasn't a book too, you know how they get you with
Oh.
all the extra stuff, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember years
But-
ago they had that, and I remember for some reason they had a Need for Speed on PC, like the original, and
At
this
the
was
book
like
fair?
yeah, this
That's actually pretty
different.
legit.
Random.
It was the things that was funny because this was like in 2003, so this was like 4 years after it released, I think.
Okay, all right. So it's
It
just
was
like
really weird.
maybe it was like a discounted like PC version or something like that.
Yeah, that's
and, like,
exactly what it
yeah.
was. It was really
educational
weird.
software or something like that. I don't know.
When
I
I
don't
was
know
a
what's
kid,
educational
they only
Need for
had
Speed.
books. They only had books at book fairs, and then maybe like bookmarks and erasers or something.
Right.
Like there were no games.
Oh yeah,
None
no.
whatsoever.
But now it's like mostly other stuff, like the books. You know, I'm like, I want to take her there and get a book, you know, and she's like, oh, I want this
Yeah.
keychain, I want this diary, I want this like
Oh,
useless piece
boy.
of junk, you know, or this like, you know, Demon Slayer's poster or whatever, you know.
Oh,
Oh no, she's
So,
getting to. Dave, she's getting to the anime. You gotta watch
No,
out.
yeah.
She's
No,
gonna
the,
be she's gonna be doing the kawaii
K-pop,
stuff.
the
And,
K-pop variety, the K-pop
K-pop.
variety of Demon Slayers.
okay.
K-pop
Sorry,
Demon Hunter.
Hunters. Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
that's what I was
right. If you
confused
say
about, my
Slayer, it's
bad.
a whole different thing.
Yeah, no,
Um,
that show was
but
actually
yeah.
really good. I watched that recently. K-pop Demon
That's all the
Hunters.
kids want
well,
Talk
we should
about
say hi to
same.
everybody in chat.
Say hi to everybody in chat. Dan, we got a lot to talk about today?
No, but we can go
Okay,
on
well-
forever about whatever we want. So
Sure. Okay. Just checking.
We talk
Dan-
with what
Dan's-
we want.
Making sure that we keep
Yeah.
going. Okay. All right. We got Neil Henderson, Analog Black Sheep, Wiener Bob, Dragons of Saturn, Tales of Saturn, Fart Daily, Ice Pack, OG. We've got Pierre Garot, Toast with the Most, Lee. We got Pudgy Bunny, of course, Paru, Polbort, P-Wall. G'day, boys. Maybe he's from down under. I don't know.
Maybe.
We've got, let's see, more Farting Daily. Sega RPG fan.
Fort Daily.
Oh, there's we got Joe, Sega RPG fan is here. Would have expected Mist. That was everywhere. What? Oh, the Mist game. You would see that in book fairs and at like libraries and stuff like that. That was educational. I don't know. It's just like it's a game for
solving
accountants.
puzzles.
They're like, if
I
you play
remember
this, maybe you'll
copying
become an
various-
accountant.
There's PC games that way.
No, I was always surprised that there were that kind of stuff at book fairs and at libraries, to be honest. Malenko's here. Zeed is here. We got Double Dime. David Zaney. Raiden's here. And the notorious VDP is here.
Hi, everybody. No, I just didn't want to ignore all of our wonderful, loyal viewers. That's all. I wanted to make sure we shouted them out.
Sure.
Shots
Dan,
out.
sure.
Shots out.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you a hard time. You're free to give me a hard time and say that I need to stop getting into the weeds. That's fine.
No, it's fine. Like I said, we don't have a whole lot going on this week. So we can chit chat about whatever. I guess you guys have been watching some TV shows that you've been enjoying. Is that right?
Yeah, I think we've all been watching some new stuff, but I want to hear from
you. Go
I
first.
want to hear what Dave's been watching. You sure? I want to hear what you got going on, Dave.
Just anime. I finished.
Just anime. Only anime.
Just a bunch of anime. So surprisingly, there's a couple new ones out that are really highly ranked, like 4.9 on Crunchyroll. One is the Assassin one. I forget the long ass title, but it's basically. Hold on a second.
No, that's old. That's an old anime.
No, I gotta look up that title. You know how these isekais are, where the title is so long.
Yeah,
it's like Do You Love Your Mother and her multi-lock-on target hit attack, which I totally do not watch, by the way.
So my status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes. So again, highly rated, really good actually. That's the thing, is sometimes with these animes, I'm just like, I don't know, because the title is so dumb. I don't know if I really want. And then you watch it and you're like, oh, the animation's good. Like, they actually cared about the story. It's just funny. Like, sometimes it takes me forever to like click on these and watch them. But that one was good. Tsukimichi was good. I guess that it has a couple seasons in. Moonlit Fantasy, and that one's been out for a while. And it's like a 4.7 or 4.8 on Crunchyroll, and that one was really good. And then most recently, I'm watching this Campfire one where the guy like has the main character. He basically has online grocery delivery, and so he has this like Fenrir wolf familiar who like basically does all the fighting for him, and he just cooks meals for him. Sorry?
Does he play all the games too?
Making a Fenrir joke.
Fenrir, yeah. Does he play Saturn games? No, but the funny part is it's kind of like that other Dungeon Meshi, where it's like a lot of cooking. There's just a lot of cooking animation, and it's very foodie. It's very foodie-ish. So it's fun. It's a comedy. So, it's been fun.
Nice.
What about you, Pat?
So I actually watched an isekai recently myself. It's kind of interesting. I can't remember the name of it, but basically this guy, he was in like Los Angeles, and he just gets transported to like a medieval fantasy, and he has to work, and he like gets in a bunch of I guess mischief. Like he sleeps with the princess, and like just a bunch of stuff, and he has to sort of survive, and everyone's trying to kill him. It was a really good one. I think it was I think it's called A Black Knight or something like that.
Okay.
It's
Is this on Crunchyroll?
No, I had to like look it up. It's an older one. It's I think it's from the 90s. It stars Martin Lawrence.
Nice.
No. Okay.
No, I'm joking. It's the old movie of Black Knight. It basically is Martin Lawrence who transports to medieval time.
I totally believe you. I was like, oh, he did like voice acting in anime in the 90s. I would have believed
wait a second.
No, but it's actually pretty funny. Me and my friends were doing a Black Knight, the best anime. See, Scotty Mo knows what's up. But yeah, Black Knight, yeah. It's like now. It's really good actually. I really think it holds up after. I mean, it's obviously a Martin Lawrence comedy, so you know what you're getting there for,
right?
Okay.
The anime. But no, it was funny because me and my friends were talking about like isekais that are technically isekais, but are not like a prequel to Men in Black, I assume. Not basically it's an isekai that's not that's not typically you think about, like how we were like categorizing different shows, like Wizard of Oz, or movies like Wizard of Oz would be an isekai.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we categorized there was this Beatles one that came out a couple years ago. That one also was an isekai because it's a guy transported to a world where the Beatles didn't exist. Was another one we had on the list. I think this one is a hard one, but I think we kind of consensus that it's possibly one. Indian in the Cupboard would be like almost a reverse isekai.
Yeah.
If you think about
reverse isekai are fun, especially when you have something like a demon lord who has to work as like a kombini checkout guy in Japan or something. You get those reverse isekais that are kind of fun, because the standard ones kind of have like all the tropes that you're familiar with, and then it gets old really fast. So every time they do something kind of neat, and interesting, that kind of piques my interest. I'm still waiting for MF Ghost, and that doesn't hit until January. So if you're wanting to get caught up, Pat, now's the time to do it.
I'm working on it. I'm actually watching a new show by Vince Gilligan. Vince Gilligan? Is that his name? The guy who did Breaking Bad, called Plurbius. That show is really, really good. I don't want to spoil anything.
I've been hearing people talking about watching. Isn't it kind of a sci-fi show?
It's kind of a sci-fi show. I don't want to spoil it at all because like the whole twist of it in the beginning is just crazy, and you're like, what is going on? But I highly recommend watching. Go in blind. It is a pretty good show. It stars the person that played Kim Wexler in Better Call Saul. So definitely recommend watching that. I don't know if any in the chat watched that show yet, but I am watching it on Apple TV. You don't have to watch on Apple TV. You know what I'm saying? But it's really, really good. Vince Gilligan again is another hit show. Hits it out of the park yet again. I thought that Better Call Saul was going to be just really, really bad. Like it's going to be bad, but it really surprised me. And honestly, I think is almost better than Breaking Bad, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really good. I would say they're about equal, but yeah.
But yeah, no, I think if people love those shows, they love Plurbius. I guess the way to describe it without spoiling it, it feels like a Star Trek episode that is an entire series. So if you like weird Star Trek episodes, you definitely could. I definitely recommend watching that, like the weird side plot ones. Another one that I've been watching is Peacemaker, the DC one. That one is really good. I honestly think it's probably my favorite superhero show, like currently, even better than The Boys in my opinion. I really, really like it. John Cena once again proves he's the best actor that came out of the WWE, bar none. Okay, maybe Batista is like a little bit below that, but best WWE actor. Love John Cena. Knocked it out of the park in that show, and it's hilarious. So go watch both of those. Mr. Show is funny. I need to watch that one again. It's been too long, but definitely watch both of those. Really, really good recommendations. Also got 2 pickups. Cult of the Lamb. This game is really hard. I started playing it. I thought it was going to be a cool what is it called? Like a Diablo-esque game, roguelike. Yeah. It's not really like that. It's kind of like it's like a roguelite light mixed with the Animal Crossing, and is incredibly hard. Holy crap, is it hard? Oh my gosh, you have to like take care of the villagers like Animal Crossing, but they die. You have to sacrifice them to the cult. You have to feed them. Get their poo. It's insanely difficult. And one I haven't played yet, but I'm going to later is Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
So good.
I really want to play that one.
You're
I picked
gonna
it up.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, we got it cheap. We've been going to like GameStops and getting like cheap games. Like I spent like 50. Like I think it was like less than $50 for both of these. I think it was like 42. I think for both of them. I think.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
and the controls are amazing. The characters, you can ride different. You can do the bike or the skateboard or the skates. There's just so much cool stuff in that game. It's so much fun. The battle, like the boss battles are fun. You know, it's just really cool. Nice. And you do these like dance battles or whatever.
Ooh,
I guess
I like that.
Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of great stuff, and then the music, of course, is like really what puts it over the top. My kids, there's like some rap tracks in there, and my kids are like humming them, you know, singing the lyrics, what they know. So yeah, it's really fun.
So I'm excited to play that one. But besides that, that's all my pickups. You guys got any cool pickups or anything cool
you've been watching any shows, Dan? I got a pickup, but I'm curious if Dan, regarding the show topic, like, have you been watching anything interesting? You can recommend?
I've kind of settled into my the anime I think I'll be watching for this season. Sometimes like the newest season of Spy Family, of course.
Oh, okay.
That's just a consistently really good show, and that's got its latest season going on right now. I'm probably one of my other ones that's like one of my favorites this season. It's a new one. It's an original. It's not based on any manga or anything like that. It's called Dusk Beyond the End of the World. It is on High Dive.
Okay.
Dusk Beyond the End of the World. Yeah, the Japanese title is, I think, Towa no Yugure, which I think is a play on words because like one of the main characters, her name is Yugure, but I think that also means dusk. Possibly, I don't know. Either way, anyway, it's kind of isekai-ish, but like a time travel sort of isekai, where like a teenage boy gets put into like a time capsule, and he gets like shot, put into a coma in like the very first episode, and then he wakes up from the coma, and here it's like hundreds of years in the future, and civilization is mostly ruined. It's sort of like a post-apocalyptic thing, but there is still some like technology from centuries prior, and like books are highly regulated. They don't want people knowing about how history used to be. There's like this very shady organization that's kind of controlling things. So he's like on a quest to find out what happened. But one thing that is like very high technology is there are androids in this world, including an android who looks a lot like his fiance from before he got shot, who was building androids and developing androids. So yeah, there's kind of an interesting connection there. He's trying to figure out what happened to her, if she's still around, and get his bearings and stuff. So
sounds like one of those.
That sounds cool.
Was it the EMHs from Star Trek? It reminds me of those things.
Yeah, kind of, except Android instead of hologram. But yeah, it's got is really nice animation and a very nice art style. And it's just kind of a cool show. That one's not being dubbed, but I am watching a dub on High Dive. It's a show that it's like kind of lagging behind it is a current season show, but like the dub's lagging way behind, called A Hero Without a Class. It is, it's like bottom of the heap tier anime. It's like it's not an isekai, but it is a fantasy. But I'm like, you know what? I'm paying for High Dive. I can't just watch one show on here. I'll try this Hero Without a Class. It has a nice waifu in the key art, so I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll watch it for her. It's bargain basement, but whatever. It's something to watch. One show I do like though that is on Crunchyroll is what's it called? It's Senpai. My awkward senpai or something like that. Bukio no senpai, something like that.
Pico?
No, and that's just like a nice little like workplace comedy. It's nice to watch, or like it's like a rom-com. It's nice to watch a rom-com. It's about high schoolers. It's about adults for once, and it's cute. It's a good show. So yeah, I like that one. I think it's called My Awkward Senpai.
Yeah, I wonder where else that Dusk one that you mentioned. I'm looking for it, if it's available anywhere else except for High Dive.
I think
there are like some articles that said it was gonna be on Crunchyroll, but it's obviously not on Crunchyroll right now.
No.
So yeah, I don't know. I think it's a High Dive they're getting High Dive exclusive. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that actually reminds me. I just finished Slam Dunk. I forgot to mention that. Both
nice.
the series
like
and the first Slam Dunk.
Okay.
Really
How'd you like the movie?
It was I just wish that I was hoping they'd finish out the series, but it was just the first like finals tournament because it takes place like right after the anime ends. So I'm kind of glad I waited to watch it because it like literally picks up like right after the anime ends. I watched it dubbed though after watching the entirety of Slam Dunk sub just because I want to see like their interpretations. But it was really good. Highly recommend Slam Dunk. My only issue with that show is that there's a lot of like basketball games that last 20 episodes, and it's like every episode they score one basket or do like one thing. So that's my only complaint.
Dragon
of the
Ball
series.
Z of basketball anime.
Honestly, it is. I think that's what a lot of people's complaints are for it, but I do recommend it. I think the characters are amazing. I think a lot of people recommend the manga over it, but I just don't have time to read the manga anymore. But I kind of think I want to go back and read it just because I think it's probably worth it. But I highly recommend Slam Dunk. It made me play basketball.
That is that's Shohei Ohtani's favorite anime.
Oh, really?
He's gone on record. Yeah. Ohtani went on record saying Slam Dunk is his favorite.
I would have thought he would have liked like a gambling anime.
A gambling anime? Oh my god, that's so funny.
Wait, who is that? I'm not familiar with the name.
Shohei Ohtani. He's like the most famous baseball player in the world right now. He
$700 million.
He both pitches and hits. He's an Iron Man.
See, if he played basketball, I might have known who he was.
He's like their android. Their non-human player.
Android 15.
No, but the MLB makes a big stink about him because of what he's doing to baseball. But still, it's like just a fun fact. He says he wishes he was good at basketball, but he's not. His wife is a professional basketball player, or
is she really?
Was ex-professional Japanese basketball player. Yeah. Japanese professional.
Okay, I need to watch some Japanese
WNBA.
Women's basketball.
I did have a pickup. Did you, Dan? Could you go first if you want? Okay, all right. So this is a fun one because I didn't pay anything for it, and that's always fun. The free curb finds.
Is good.
Sometimes that happens. This wasn't a curb find, but it was kind of the same thing. So where I work, it's like a big, I don't know. I work where they filmed Top Gun. Like I work in the
cool.
in the military barracks. It's called Liberty Station now. It's called Liberty Station now, but it used to be the Naval Training Center at on Point Loma. And there's just all these derelict buildings, right, that have been painted up and and they used to be yellow because of the Navy, but now they're like terracotta. And so they've all been turned into like commercial buildings and stuff like that. But I work in like a arts district area of it. And needless to say, one of the property management companies or whatever that was renting space there moved out, and they were having like one of those, like, they email everybody and say, we're clearing our office and there's just a bunch of stuff, come take it if you want, right? And so it was mostly like big cumbersome like desks and chairs and stuff like that I wouldn't be interested in, and everyone was kind of like picking over stuff and kept going, like passing this thing and thinking that this was just like some trashy little CD player, from the 90s or whatever. This is a MD Studio. Look, it's got a mini disc player.
Oh, it's a mini disc. I didn't even see that.
And it actually dubs from CD. I've got Bush's 16 stone in there right now, but it dubs from CD to mini disc in SP, LP2, LP4, and it has edited, like, title editing features and everything. Whoever had this, I don't even think this was released in the US. I think it was like a Japanese exclusive. It may have. Minidisc was really popular in Mexican markets, and since we're so close to the border, maybe that's what happened. Is it just made its way up here? But yeah, so this is a Sharp MD Studio. I looked at this thing on eBay. It goes anywhere from $200 to $400.
Oh, jeez!
Wow!
And
making some good money. Making some good money.
And people were just like pushing it aside and looking at like the crappy HP laptops that are all like
20 years
basically
old,
labeled for 20 years old, like can't hardly run XP or whatever. Doom. But yeah, so it's from 2002. I think it uses like Sharp's very last iteration of the ATREC compression, so it's like sounds really good. Ooh. Still works. So yeah, that was my pickup. I'm always happy when I get something like that for free. Barely happens,
good,
but yeah.
I thought you were going to say, when you mentioned Top Gun, you said you found the corpse of Goose.
Oh my god!
Just a skeleton, just like laying in the corner.
Good. There is down on in the gas lamp corner. There is like the cafe that they would hang out at, or I don't know. They went in the movie. They went to lunch there, or it's like a diner. Yeah, it's like a bar actually. So. It's the bar where they sang the song and everything like that. That's still there, and I think they changed. It's called the Top Gun Bar or something like that now. But
hey, I mean, make it easy to market.
But it's fun watching that movie. I can actually like point out certain buildings. I'm like, I know exactly where that is.
There's a movie like that for me too. That's a military one. It's called The Kingdom. It was filmed literally right down the road from me, and like there's a scene where they're chasing people on a highway, and supposed to be in like Saudi Arabia or like Iraq or Afghanistan, and it's literally just the highway by my house, the 202, the Loop 202 in Arizona that they just built up. That's creative. So nice. I think it's really funny. Yeah, that's pretty cool. If you see that in the movie, if you watch it, it's just my freeway that's by my house. All they did was they used the freeway and just put a bunch of green screens around it, so you can't see like the developed like Arizona stuff. Right. It's just like they just green screen in the just supposedly Iraq-esque backgrounds they probably created. Yeah. So if you ever watch the movie The Kingdom, I think what's his name is in it. The dude Well, I can't. The guy from Django Unchained. I forgot what the actor's name is. Something Fox.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. Yeah, Jamie Foxx is in it.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you being serious?
No, I'm serious. Yeah, he's in it. Jamie Foxx. I believe it was
This
Jamie
is Mark
Foxx
Lawrence
in the
situation.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Jamie Foxx.
That's the thing, Pat.
Someone's gonna correct me.
We can never tell.
Someone's gonna correct me and be like, "Oh no, he was never in that."
Can't
no,
trust
I think he might have been. Yeah. Bunch of new folks joined the party. We have Scotty Mofo Show, Boca Retro Games, and
okay, Jamie Foxx wasn't it. I'm not crazy. It wasn't it. I'm not crazy.
We do have I saw Froggy here. Frog Bowl. Yep, Frog Bowl's here. How's it going?
Hi.
Eric is here. PB Praga, a bunch of the regulars that typically crash the show. Thanks for joining us. Definitely give us a thumbs up if you can, like the stream, share it out, whatnot. And we'll talk, I guess, community news then, right? Because unless we have anything
we got
else on
community news
updates.
Yeah, we can talk about the
do you have a jingle
how the
for
community.
That? Community news?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I just played it.
Oh, you just played it. I can't hear it.
You can't hear it, but they can.
They can. Who wants to do the read from Double Dime? Double Dime wrote about the how the community challenge is going this month.
I could do the read. Give me a second. I just need to get it on my phone here because if I look at it on here, you guys will turn to a wall. Oh, then you can read it then.
Okay. So week 2 of the November Virtual Racing SHIRO Community Challenge ends tonight. Right now, Fart Daily is leading in the second weekly fastest lap challenge for Diablo Canyon in the Coupe with a lap time of 48.73 seconds. Currently beating the notorious VDP by only 0.17 seconds. Wow. Fart Daily is also leading in all 3 arcade tracks with a total time of 8 minutes, 18 seconds, and 95 milliseconds, which gives him about a 20-second lead. The notorious VDP took the top spot this week in the Ace Driver category, using the F1 car for a time of 6 minutes, 23.02 seconds. We also have the GP category for anyone who really wants to sink their teeth into this challenge. So for yours truly, Double Dime has posted some, Double Dime, yours truly, not me, yours truly, has posted some times.
Double Dime, the biggest, the secret.
Yeah, so he's posted some times uncontested in the GP category. Participants have until midnight Pacific time tonight to submit their times for the second weekly challenge. Again, that is for the Diablo Canyon stage while driving the Coupe. And then the third weekly challenge will start. That'll be on the Metropolis stage with the F-160. The challenge is almost halfway over, so get those virtual wheels spinning before it's too late. And we've got standings too, behind me.
I think Fart's in the lead because he never runs out of gas.
That must be it, Dave. Wow, great one.
You know what the cheapest way? You know the cheapest way to get gas is? Taco Bell. $1 for cold bean burritos.
Taco Bell, yeah.
Cheapest place to get gas.
Even...
Probably.
Or the cheapest way to just get wrecked.
Exactly.
I don't know. The last time I had Taco Bell, I think was not a good story.
I think you're thinking Del Taco. I think Del Taco is the lowest of the low.
I haven't touched Del Taco in a while.
Yeah, Del Taco is like risky. Like you.
I saw they had hamburgers, and I was just like, I don't know if I trust a taco place that sells hamburgers.
Apparently, apparently, Jack in the Box owns
Jack in the Box does that.
They're trying to get rid of them. Now, like they're trying to sell them up. Skymo said, just had the Mountain Dew Taco Bell pie last night myself. I looked at that and
last pie.
Yeah, it looked very dubious. I wanted to try it, but I'm not sure like what it'll do to my taste buds.
Looks kind of fluorescent.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about it. I'm afraid that I'm going to start glowing if I start eating that.
That'd be cool though. That'd be cool.
I mean, not if it kills me afterwards.
Well, I mean, at least you'd look cool in death.
All right. He said basically semi-key lime pie taste. Okay, I'll try it out then if it's key lime pie taste. I thought it was literally gonna taste like Baja Blast in a pie. But like that is disgusting.
Zero Baja Blast taste. He said the icing tasted like cereal marshmallows. That sounds kind of good, actually. Whoa. You're selling me.
Wow. All right.
You're selling me.
Me and my girlfriend are gonna stop by Taco Bell this weekend.
Get yourself a pie.
Sega Steve.
Hey, Sega Steve.
Who I incidentally went to Taco Bell on the first night of a Game On Expo, said, I should put in some time before the end of the month. I actually got some free time lately. I'm guessing he means to play Virtua Racing and not go to Taco Bell.
Yeah, probably.
Taco Bell.
By the way, Jinx, you owe me a Pepsi. Because we said Sega Steve at the same time.
Nice.
But yeah, Neil Henderson said Pat will look like the time Mr. Burns is glowing in The Simpsons. Oh yeah, I remember that episode. Is that's the catsup and ketchup episode, right? I think that was the one, and then he like went to the hospital or something like that. I don't know, it's been a while. So many different Simpsons episodes. But maybe both.
Dave Voiles said he was just rocking out to that VR soundtrack today. Nice.
Absolutely. You gotta. It's a good soundtrack.
So on a very tangentially related note, I stumbled upon an ongoing series of blog posts from somebody on Giant Bomb. His name escapes me. Borgman, I think, is his name. And he's like going through all of the 32-bit consoles as games that released in the United States. So I guess he's gone through a bunch of PS1 games and a couple of 3DO games. And he's kind of like going like month to month. And he just did the August 1996 Saturn games today. He put up a blog post. So he was talking about, he didn't talk about all of them. He's got split them up, but he did talk about Nights into Dreams, which did come out August 96 here, as well as Olympic Soccer and Alien. I think Alien Trilogy. I guess he really does not like Alien Trilogy for some reason. He's very sour on that, but he liked Nights a lot. But he has he ranks all of the Saturn games he's played. He's played like 100 games now so far, more than 100 games. And so I was looking at his Google Docs spreadsheet ranking of all the Saturn games. I was very surprised to find Virtua Racing was like his 4th most liked Saturn game.
Okay.
Ahead of like Sega Rally Championship, which was 6th. I'm like, wow, okay.
Alrighty then.
Interesting. Also interesting, he had Virtua Fighter, the first one, I think in his top 10 or near the top 10, while Virtua Fighter 2 was like 26th. I don't know how you like Virtua Fighter 1 way more than Virtua Fighter 2. That makes no sense to me. Virtua Fighter is just a better game in every way. I don't get it. But yeah. Okay.
But I mean, sure. I'm thinking nostalgia. I'm just thinking like,
No, he did not have a Saturn originally. He's coming to pretty much all these Saturn games for the first time in his life.
Just fresh. And he just was like Virtua Fighter 1 versus Virtua Fighter 2. Maybe 1 was just like simpler. I mean, that's like somebody who said like somebody who plays Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 2 for the first time and decides to go 1 because it's like more vanilla, or I don't know, because it's just
maybe
more straightforward. Argument though, I kind of prefer MK1 over 2, to be honest.
Like the arcade or like the ones for the consoles?
Arcade.
Like arcade, okay, if we're talking arcade, I don't know, 2 was like such a big deal and the fatalities and all and the like Shang Tsung transforming and stuff, but I still see the appeal of 1 because it was such a big deal, like because before Mortal Kombat there wasn't anything like that. So yeah, but it is really vanilla compared.
Yeah, I mean, I did see Fighter. Yeah, I saw he did admit that he's not really like a big fighting guy, right. Which I could tell when I saw his note. He had like a little note or two on his ranking database for each game, and his note next to Darkstalkers 2: The Night Warriors was that it was an impenetrable game, a mostly impenetrable game, and I'm like, how in the hell is Darkstalkers impenetrable? How bad do you have to be at fighting games?
Or not even try? Like you don't even look at the move list?
I don't know. I didn't look up what his original peer review was. Good? But
like the game impenetrable, like you can't hack it?
I mean, it was high-ish,
so these
but
were
it wasn't
recent,
that high.
Dan, these were recent playthroughs, right? This was like
he's been doing this
recent,
kind of slowly over the last couple of years. He's been
I think what it is
once in a while.
So my guess with Virtua Fighter versus Virtua Fighter 2 is he doesn't have any of the none of the hype to cloud his opinion, and we're so far beyond those graphics being arguably good or whatever that it's negligible. And maybe he's like, the first one actually looks to have aged a little better because it's just flat shaded, you know, versus like the second one, which you could argue the you know, I'm just saying, like, if he's coming from it like that, like completely outside without any kind of you know,
like,
Saturn bias.
I feel like he's trying to have some kind of historical consideration, because like his note for virtual racing was, okay, these graphics clearly were not like blowing anybody away at the time, but as Eric said in chat, he's like, maybe he liked how much content VR had, and yeah, he did. He liked how much stuff was in it to do, all the tracks, all the, you know, you can kind of advance through a career mode, there's all these different cars to race, so yeah, he did like that.
Yeah, it's crazy how games age and how they kind of hold up over time. What you were going to say? Sorry,
things that hold up. Well, that's okay. So yeah, like, but I mean, considering that, I don't know why he wouldn't just like Virtua Fighter 2 more, because it's got more characters and better looking
music.
graphics.
Well, the music is good in both of them. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he did.
I think Virtua Fighter 1 though, I can see it because it has its own charm. Like I think that, in my opinion, I think Virtua Fighter 1 has a lot more charm in it. Maybe because it's like the first one, it's like, you know, down bare to basics. And I do like 2 a lot as well, but I just think that, like, I don't know, to me, I think Virtua Fighter 1 just, it has some magic to it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, well, okay, so I have heard people take the exact same stance on World Series Baseball. They like the first World Series Baseball versus World Series Baseball 2, which is
World Series
arguably
Baseball.
World Series Baseball 2 and 98. So you got the folks that like 98 because it's much more complex and it's in 3D, right? Yeah. But World Series Baseball 2 is like takes everything about the original and makes it better. And I know Pat really wants to make the panda joke.
I have to, because I don't know which World Series Baseball you're talking about. Is it the
but the first game? Yeah. The first game is a very simple thing, you know. So is Worldwide Soccer, like the original game. You know, they're very simple games. But if you like that sort of thing, if you like to be able to just jump in, not really worry about a bunch of options or a bunch of extra, you know, it's just a very like simple experience. And so I'm thinking like Pat might be onto something there. Also like, this is something I've wondered about, and I don't know if I can prove it, but we all as like inundated Saturn fans, like diehard Saturn fans, we kind of always know the correct answer, you know, like we'll be like, well, the correct answer, quote unquote, is Virtua Fighter 2 is like the best game on Saturn, or, you know, Sega Rally is the correct answer as the best game on Sega Saturn, right?
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, it's like you're inundated with that from the community, so you know that that's like the hive mind opinion.
Yeah, that's true. And that's right. And I thought about that. Like that's why I thought it was interesting to see what he had to say, because he's clearly not in like the Saturn community. Like he's just kind of coming at it from an outsider's perspective.
Joe just hit it for me. Sonic 1 is the best. For me, nothing beats Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Sonic 2 is the right answer. That's Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 are the correct answer. You know,
I wouldn't say Sonic 3.
Sonic fan.
I think Sonic 3 is a huge downgrade, at least to my opinion, gameplay wise. I think it's a little bit of a downgrade compared to 1.
But you had saves and stuff.
3.
You had some cool. You had saves. You had the collaboration with the lock-on cart. And then with 2, you had the dual play, but it was really janky and slow down.
Versus play, you know, and there are kind of the levels are maybe a little more extensive, little, you know, more levels.
But Sonic 1 is the most crystallized version of that idea, right? Music wise, gameplay wise, everything. You just don't have the spin dash, you know. But I mean,
I love Sonic 1 too. I mean, that's what got me into being a Sega fan and wanting a Genesis and all that. So yeah, it's nostalgia, but like there's just something about the feel of it that is a little different from the ones that came later, and that was the feel that I fell in love with, was
CD.
Sonic 1,
CD is basically Sonic 1 in like a fever dream where you took too much LSD or something.
I think that's why I like Sonic CD so much. It's so good. They made 2 soundtracks for it.
I know. So that's the other thing is the Japanese. Well, they're both good soundtracks, but I think I prefer the Japanese soundtrack a little bit better. But yeah, Sonic CD is a special. It's special. But I mean, the first Sonic 1 is the first. Yeah. I agree with Joe on that. It's the best for me. But that's the thing is, how much of that is biased? How much of that is like my memories of getting it and opening it up with the Genesis itself? You know, I don't know that I trust myself to
now, let me ask you this. What do you think was his number one game, that Borgman from Giant Bomb? What do you think was his number one Saturn game that he had
you
played
say he doesn't like
through August 1996?
What I don't know this guy, so what kind of games does he usually play?
See, I don't know. I'm just saying, what do you think would be? I don't know what kind of games he usually plays. That's what I was kind of wondering, reading some of this stuff.
Are Japanese games in the running, or is it just U.S. releases?
Maybe like
no, he only did U.S. releases.
I'll say Knights because maybe it was like the most striking thing to him.
I'm gonna say Virtual Cop.
What do you think, Pat?
I'm saying
Virtual Cop. You are both wrong. I actually don't remember where Virtual Cop was. Knights, he has 9th place.
Okay, all right.
Surprisingly low to me, because he did seem to really like Knights, but he also was like, well, Knights is kind of limited. Like you can play it in a couple hours and then that's it. And he's like, it's just such a weird game, but he acknowledged what a visual and audio treat it was, you know, that like that was like the main reason to play it, that like he thought the actual gameplay of Knights was sort of pedestrian. Which I thought was
because he didn't do it right. He didn't do it right.
Probably,
so, you know, only people who actually spend the time.
Right. So number one was Panzer Dragoon 2 Zwei. That was his favorite Saturn game so far.
That makes sense.
His second favorite game is Panzer Dragoon 1. So he's a real shooter guy, I guess.
So he likes that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it literally is one of, if not the best game on the Saturn.
Yeah, I can't argue with having Panzer Dragoon 2 as your favorite Saturn game.
But both Panzer Dragoon 1 and 2 came out in 96?
No, he's playing through all of them in release order, and at this point he is up to August 1996. So I'm saying, like, if you're going to guess what his favorite Saturn game is, don't guess like, you know, Shining Force 3. He's not there yet, you know.
Right.
Okay. Oh, you mean like in the running? Okay, sorry, I didn't know he wasn't. Sorry, I didn't know if it was like just the year of 96 he was doing, but okay, that's fair.
He started with launch. Yeah,
Panzer Dragoon 2 is a perfectly fair choice. It's not my number one, but I mean, it's definitely up there. I think it's up there on all of our.
It's not I did look at his review of that. I'm like, wow, what did he think of this? He thought this was the best game he's played, and he said, you know, it was the most graphically stable game he had played so far with the Saturn. Like I think I get what he's saying, you know. But he said, you know, the gameplay is not, you know, gonna win any awards basically, but he said that was another one kind of like Knights, but I guess even more so, that like you are here for the visual spectacle and the music, which he said, you know, okay, it's not orchestral like the first Panzer Dragoon, but he said that the composer just knocked it out of the park with the Saturn sound chip. So yeah, he loved Panzer Dragoon. Guardian Heroes was up there for him too. I think that was his number 3 game.
Not a wrong opinion.
Easy choice.
Excellent. And that was his first treasure game he's ever played in his life. He's never played a treasure game. Yeah, he said he maybe played Ikaruga.
How old is this guy?
10 minutes.
How old is this guy?
I don't know.
Is he like a younger editor?
I don't think so. He said he played Ikaruga for maybe 10 minutes 20 years ago, and that was the only treasure game he had played before.
So maybe he's just a Nintendo guy. Maybe he's just like Nintendo and Xbox.
PlayStation. Because he seems like he's kind of a PlayStation guy. He's comparing a lot of games to their PlayStation versions. I think he played a lot of the PlayStation versions first. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of the lens that he's seeing it through. So yeah, I know this is a whole big tangent, but it was just something I
love it
on earlier today, and I thought it was interesting to see what this guy thought, even though I vehemently disagreed with a lot of how he felt
with a lot of his choice.
Yeah,
because it just goes to show you like how different, like that his entire approach is like black and white compared to yours. Like it's coming to it from without any kind of external influence. Like he doesn't. I would only expect Knights to be higher, because it's possible. It's such a popular game that he's heard of it and he knows that there's expectations for him to like it. And he talked
about that actually. That this game seems like it has a bigger cult status now than maybe it deserved at the time, based on its game. He's like, you know, if this came out on the PS1, it would have just been yet another colorful side-scrolling action game. Like it would have just been kind of lost in the ether. But the fact that like Sega of America had no Sonic game to push, they made this like their big mascot game, their big game to sell in the fall of 1996 for Christmas. Like, so he had a little bit of that historical context. That kind of gave it an outsized presence in a lot of people's minds that he felt the game didn't really deserve. I thought was kind of a hot take, but it was interesting to read. Now, what do you think was his least favorite Saturn game so far?
Mr. Bones.
I thought this was interesting. Favorite. He has not gotten to Mr. Bones yet. That was October '96. What do you think?
Probably Genmore.
So I'm gonna guess that it's one that turns a lot of people off, and I'm gonna guess Clockwork Knight.
No, he actually did not mind Clockwork Knight. It was was kind of like mid-range, higher-ish in his list. Well, no, Clockwork Knight 2. Like he liked Clockwork Knight 2 a lot better than Clockwork Knight 1, but he liked Clockwork Knight 2. He thought it was a perfectly nice game. So it is
Daytona?
It's an adventure game. It's not a racing game.
Hydlide? Somebody mentioned Hydlide here.
It is it's not Hydlide. It is the Mansion of the Hidden Souls. That's his least like Saturn game. He thought there was nothing creative about it whatsoever. Like, wow,
nothing creative about it whatsoever.
Nothing creative. Yeah.
It is a time and a place kind of thing. It is a time and a place kind of thing. I think that it's like it and honestly, it was a little late. By the time it came out, it was already a little too late. Like Mansion of Hidden Souls, like the Saturn version, had come out during the CDI era, like 92, 93. Boom! I mean, it would have been amazing. It would have been huge because that would have been contemporary with games like Max Magic and stuff like that. Like other games that are similar like that, you know, pre-rendered 3D stuff. But by the time it actually released on the Saturn, it was like very much underwhelming. Even back then, it got It's a walking simulator, you know, and it's got like it's got some interesting little things, and it's got. For me, it's got what is that? It's got atmosphere, you know. So it's kind of like a walking simulator with some interesting atmosphere and some interesting little story twists that kind of inform the other games in the series, like Lunacy and the precursor on the Sega CD, which plays like ass. But seriously, it's one of those games that I think most people don't like, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, it's one of those games you actually have to be like in the mood and like know what you're getting into. It's kind of like D. Where some people absolutely hate it, but some people like love it and cherish it. It's like one of those games where it's like you have to like.
It's totally not scary at all, except there are a couple places in the game where it might be scary because the characters are creepy, like in a molestation kind of way, or in a kind of like a wow, you're just like, okay, these characters are super suspicious.
You don't want to get caught between these guys.
But no, the
Borgmaster is his name. I'm sorry, Borgmaster, and I'm gonna link it. I'm gonna put a link in chat to this guy's blog, at least his latest article on his blog they put up today about knights and whatnot.
I know what you mean though about
I've been talking about it enough.
Panzer Dragoon 2 being kind of the most quote unquote graphically stable Saturn game. I mean, I think we can all admit that some Saturn games, maybe even a lot of Saturn games, kind of look like a car with its panels held together by zip ties. You know?
It looks like it's
the polygons kind
apart.
You're just like, will these graphics rattle apart? And it's almost like I would say that again, because we're 30 years on, it's all just negligible anyway, and that's kind of an endearing thing about the Saturn, I would say, like, because it literally does look sometimes like the graphics are just barely hanging in there, you know. And then you get a game like Panzer Dragoon 2, which is very like they tightened up the bolts, everything's and that impresses actually.
I think that's one of the cool things about like Bulk Slash. That feels like a pretty solid game too.
It does, yeah, it does, and that's because it's perfect. It's perfect for what the Saturn was. The Saturn was made for 2D and 3D together. You know, like blending 2D and 3D, and that's when it does the best. Whenever folks try to do all 3D, it really is asking a lot. I mean, even Groundia is 2D and 3D together, you know, and it's like one of the better games, you know. So,
well, thanks Borgmaster for giving us a lot to talk about.
Something good to talk about.
If I don't agree with everything you had to say, it was very interesting. So, you probably will never watch this, but if you do watch this,
I know the games you like.
Yeah.
And I know that you like fighting vipers a lot.
I do.
That might even be that might even be your own personal best on Saturn, but is that's a very biased take. What do you think is the best game on Sega Saturn? Just to put you on the spot.
Oh, I see. It's such a. I don't even like giving my own like best Saturn game. I wouldn't say Fighting Vipers is my favorite Saturn game. I more like give people like a top 5, and they're in no particular order, because it's so subjective, and it's what kind of genre you like, you know. And also, there are a lot of games on the Saturn still that I have not played or have not put decent time into, you know, like Shining Force 3, Scenario 1 to be specific. I've like played a little bit to do a story or something for the website for, and it's like when I do, I kind of like get sucked in. I'm like, this is kind of cool, like, but then I haven't actually. So I feel like I would love that game, but like I have not actually put time into it. Thank you, P-Wall, for the $10 Australian.
Mr. Bones, Saturn masterpiece. You know, a lot of love went into Mr. Bones, whether you love it or hate it as a game. Like you can't deny. So much art direction.
I can't deny getting down to bone and
very confident in its weirdness.
Yeah, it really is. But no, yeah, I've always been curious what you think the best game, or what your you know, I guess best game on Saturn is that you think, like, of the games that you've played. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you said like Bulk Slash, because that is literally one of the best games on the Saturn.
Yeah, I mean, I do love Bulk Slash, but like I said, that Fighting Vipers, like Cotton 2, I can just play through Cotton 2 and just have a blast every time. You know, it's
classic.
You know, yeah, Sakura Wars is just a great game. So yeah, there's
amazing game.
It's hard for me to just pick one game, you know, that I think is the best.
Yeah, some games are just really
good. Those are running.
And then other games like Cotton 2, I think, are so good and so I don't know, like concentrated in their style and their appeal, you know, and like the visual style and the sound and everything. It's almost it comes close to being like Mario, you know, how concentrated Mario is.
Super Mario,
what it is, you know. It's like a first. It's like a you know, starring character kind of thing, kind of energy, versus, you know, like Cotton 2, I think, is like one of those games that's like so good. I think most people would be hard pressed to pick it up and not enjoy it and not be like, oh wow, this is like really much better than I would have thought. Yeah, so.
And the thing is, you know, most of my favorite Saturn games, Vampire Savior, you know, most of my favorite Saturn games just came out in Japan. So it's kind of sad that, like, if I had gotten a Saturn when I was a kid, like, I may have been kind of disappointed with the selection of it, you know, because a lot of my favorite games didn't even come out here. So
it's true.
I don't know.
Yeah,
we should get to our couple of posts on the website.
Yeah, let's get to our posts.
We kind of like at 6 minutes left. But hey, there's a good discussion.
No,
shout to Borgmaster. Check out his articles and let him know. Go on his blog, be like, hey, these guys are talking mass shit on you. Go on the show and spank them.
And shouts to Bo Bales, who brings us another mic under the microscope with Blast Chamber. This was a multi-platform game that did I think was on PlayStation first, but it did get a port to Saturn.
It's good, actually.
It's pretty decent.
I really like it.
Yeah, it's fun. What, 4-player action? I think. Yeah,
it's 4-player do a puzzle. It kind of feels like a mixture of Spider-Man and Portal. Weirdly enough, I know this is kind of a weird thing, but it has like a Spider-Man vibe to it. But it is by Activision, so maybe there's something there with that.
There's a reason, connection. So what did Bo Bales find?
Yeah, Blast Chamber, 1996 game from Attention to Detail, a UK studio. It was active from 1990 through 2002. It was released on both PlayStation and Saturn. Some cheat sites, GameFAQs and IGN, list an infinite lives code for the Saturn version, but it doesn't actually work. The PlayStation equivalent does work, however, what gives? Bo decided to see what was going on. He says, my investigation found that both versions of the game recognize 5 cheat codes. None of the Saturn ones have been published properly, to my knowledge, and 3 of the PlayStation ones are new. Here's the full list. You've got unlimited time, unlimited lives, ending FMV, unlimited high jump. That would be really useful in this game. I mean, that would be a useful thing to have without just like borking the game with unlimited lives or time.
Yeah.
Having a high jump would be kind of like, and chamber select. So you could just do chamber select. And if, for folks who don't know, this is a game where you can have up to 4 players with the multi-tap, and the walls turn, like the whole box, the whole room turns, kind of like one of those cheesy 90s music videos. Like I don't know.
It's like you're in the room for 50 Cent.
Yeah, there you go. You got it. And
in the
then
club, in the room.
Unlimited time. Yeah. So from the mode select, so he tells you how to do it. Go to games and select solo survivor, and then on the Saturn you do left, right, up, down, X, 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 X. So basically, it just tells you how to get each of these codes, and yeah, it's a pretty decent puzzle game. I think, like, of the 2 games that are like this, I would say that, and Bo did the other one too, which was Grid Runner. So Grid Runner and Blast Chamber both have very much the same kind of energy. I think with Grid Runner, it's 2-player, but you can also have bots, so you can have, like, I don't know, several characters running around. But both good games. This adds to the long list of cheats that Bo's found for Saturn games. You can find all this at SHIRO. He's got a syndicated link with all these articles, and then also at his Rings of Saturn Substack,
blog,
which you guys can donate to, or you can sub to, so you get these stories whenever he writes them. And there's a ton more information too. If you're really into, like, the coding part, he has a whole
technical detail right up on the bottom.
He actually shows you exactly what he did to find the pointers and stuff for these cheats. So that's cool.
Point. Fart Daly's finally playing through Dragon Force, and he says it rules. That's cool.
God,
Guy's enjoying it.
Yes.
It's really, really good. I still wish I could go back to it. I played it for the podcast we did. Oh man, like 2-3 years ago.
I mean, we did Tales of Saturn. We talked. Dan just mentioned Shining Force 3 a little bit ago. It really is such a great game. And you're right. It's impossible to list a best game, because it really is kind of subjective to what genre you like. But man, both of those games, Shining Force 3 and Dragon Force, are like tied for me for like a very, very top spot. Both good games.
He mentioned that you suggested on a SHIRO show 5 years ago, which I think is kind of crazy. I think it was more 4 years ago, but the fact that it's that long is crazy. You've been doing it for this long.
Yes. And I can never mention Dragon Force without mentioning Chaz, Game Master Chaz, who is
Chaz.
Still technically a member of SHIRO, at least honorary member. He's just, been active doing his own stuff, but he made an excellent tutorial for SHIRO, and it's in our playlist of, like, SHIRO 101. So go check it out. I mean, literally it'll tell you exactly how to get up and running with that game and how to do well. And it makes it so much more fun out the gate. Who wants to do the best of Saturn? Devicereign.
I can talk about it a little bit.
You want to take it? Okay.
Yeah, certainly. I know I've been this is one I was actually looking up today because I didn't hear about it, so I had to do some research. So Devicereign is a fusion of 2/3 visual novel and 1/3 strategy RPG. Devicereign from Starlight Maricorp hit Saturn in early 1999, and it also came out on PS1 as well. I can't remember if it was like the same time. I think it was like similar time frames. So yeah, so basically the story is 3 high school friends suddenly accosted by a group of shadowy men in black, but the mysterious young girl Rico steps in to save them. She grants them augments, a technology that enables them to harvest the supernatural, and off they go on a quest to solve the riddle of the Men in Black, and not the Men in Black from either the Men in Black movie or the Men in Black from the Dark Tower series by Stephen King.
I got Men in Black.
Just want to make sure it wasn't a crossover.
Familiar.
What, Devicereign?
No, this visual style of this game looks so familiar, like something I've played like on the DS or something. Yeah.
Imagine if you look up Maricorp, Starlight Maricorp.
That's what I'm looking up. I'm looking up Starlight Maricorp. Yeah. What did they go on to do?
Yes. So this game is
Go
a
ahead, finish,
very
Scott.
yeah, the game is very text heavy, but the sRPG battles and the crisp, stylized visual novels make the experience easier to digest. A very atmospheric release and definitely worth a try. Well, if you don't understand Japanese, I tried looking at it and trying it out a little bit.
Mhm.
Oh,
I couldn't exactly get it to like understand most of it, and honestly, I'm not really a fan of the art style. I mean, like at least on
really?
the visual novel side, it kind of looks kind of mid. Maybe I don't know. It might be a hot take, but I'm not really hugely sold on it. It looks like something that was made by like a team that did PC Engine games, which wouldn't surprise me.
oh,
Sorry,
Yeah.
PC 98 games.
The name Starlight Mary rang a bell because this was there was an unreleased game that we covered years back called Rensa that was done by Starlight Mary.
Oh, I remember that.
And
Yeah,
that was like you remember that? It was like an anime game. It had like basketball stuff in it, or like I don't know. You could date like different girls at your school, and one was like it's into sports, and one was into I don't know.
Sounds
they
like a trope
worked at a family resu or something like that. Yeah,
yeah.
it is definitely tropey.
Yeah, looking at this, they did a lot of PlayStation Saturn games, and then they just died.
I mean, 2/3 visual novel and 1/3 strategy RPG sounds like a Sakura Wars clone to me. That's what they were going for, you know.
In all honesty, this looks a lot better than looks a lot better. Sorry, Sakura Wars looks a lot better than that. Sorry, I almost said something really blasphemous for a second.
I'm sure this is a much lower budget than Sega had for Sakura Wars. But
yeah, sorry, I got the mixed up.
Genre.
Yeah, no, I meant to say it looked like PC 98 style artwork and gameplay, which wouldn't surprise me. A lot of developers came from the PC 98 scene, so it's my bet on that. But
hey, we have a couple of reader comments under this article. Actually,
yeah,
Shadow Mask said, "Thanks for the recommendation, Peter." And Gilbert Guerra said, "Pretty fun during the battle, but I still don't know how to combine all the diamonds." Sorry, that's too in the weeds for us to give any help on. Sorry, because none of us have played this game.
Yeah.
Oh, the menu. So like the menu, and then like the isometric part. That it reminds me of the Devil Summoner game, or wait, Devil Survivor games on the DS. Okay. So Devil Survivor, like overclocked. If anybody's played those games where you're like stuck in Tokyo and it's shut down, and you kind of have to like work your way out. That's what like this map and like menu and then like the play field looks like. It looks like those Devil Survivor games, but and then I guess
it definitely
like
looks like a DS quality game. It definitely didn't impress me on the graphic fidelity wise.
Which is why I tell folks like all the time, I'm like, folks need to like check out the DS library because there's so much stuff on the DS that looks like Saturn games, like or feels like you're playing a Saturn game.
Or literally worse Saturn games like Soul Hackers.
Yeah. I mean, it goes both ways. Some of the games are better on Saturn. Some games are really, really good on DS too. So, but yeah, that's what this is reminding me of right now. And no, that company didn't have anything to do with this. So never mind.
Yeah. Interesting anyway, though.
Interesting anyway. Yeah. Rensa. We did an article on that. They did that game, but it never got released.
Let me see if I can find
finally, Dan, you wrote this up. This is an update for Mr.
Yep, just kind of our monthly update on how the Mr. Core is going. A lot of the updates over the last month from SRG 320 have been brought on by the tests that Celeriacon has been making. He makes these tests that kind of test to see just how accurately different emulators and FPGAs are kind of modeling the real Saturn architecture. And that's kind of a work in progress for him too, as he's making these tests and new ones come out, and then they get used by SRG 320 and also used by Striker X3 to make the new Saturn emulator Ymir. So it is being used by a couple different people here for 2 different projects. That's cool. Now, Zet Sensei in the Discord server for the Mister, he works closely with SRG 320. He tests a lot of the stuff that he does. He said, let's be very clear, this isn't about power obsession or anything like that as far as why these tests aren't made public. They are just kind of like kept privately to some of these developers. He said, even for me, these tests aren't entirely useful except for testing or verifying the possibility of having different revisions of certain chips. These tests won't tell you if your machine still works or not. They aren't burn-in tests for repair. However, these tests are invaluable and vital for advancing the design of the MR core, as well as software emulators, provided you know what you're doing, how to read them, and how to interpret them. I think that's also why their development and use are currently kept very secretive, so that they aren't used or interpreted haphazardly.
That makes sense.
That's why we don't really, that's why we don't have like kind of a closer look at what these tests are. I get it. As long as it's helping somebody to make better stuff, then I think we should all be kind of grateful for it.
Yeah, I think the issue, and I definitely would agree, is that at least I interpret it as, is that a lot of people really don't want to, like, oh, using this, oh, my thing, I'm trying to do this emulator, it's not working, or, oh, it's working 100% and it's not 100%, and they're worried that, because I guess they're worried that people will misinterpret, be like, oh, no, it won't, it is useless, or like complain about it. I think we've had discussions about that before where tools aren't released, and it's like, well, it's not very useful, and if it was, it'll be misinterpreted or used for the wrong thing.
Yeah. So these updates in the last month have not been added to the main branch of the Saturn core. They are just available as unstable nightlies, which you download from the unstable nightly channel in the official MR Discord server. But there's also a new unstable nightly for the main MR core, which can help the Saturn. SRG 320 submitted a couple of updates to the main MR core last week on Friday to fix the status of commands in Die Hard Arcade and Tsuchipai Doki Doki Nightmare, and also to increase the max seek delay between tracks, which he was specifically addressing a problem in Pocket Fighter. So basically, he's addressing issues with emulating the CD reading, from what I understand. And those couple of updates were accepted as new unstable nightly builds over the weekend for the MR core. So if you want the benefit of those updates, you'll have to also update your main MR core with the unstable nightly. You just kind of like download it off of the server and then put it in the appropriate folder on your SD card manually instead of using the update all function on your MR. So I guess it's cool that there's a few more games that are working a little better. Some of these updates are addressing games that are sensitive to SMPC timings. SMPC is the circuit in the Saturn that takes in, it deals with peripherals, so your controllers and whatnot. And some games are very sensitive to those timings, like Die Hard Trilogy, for example. That did not boot up for a little while. There was like a regression there, and so that's why that's and also Die Hard Arcade is fixed too by one of those other things. But yeah, Die Hard Trilogy was fixed by the SMPC timings kind of getting fixed, and that fix did not break any other SMPC sensitive games like Shinobi Legions, In the Hunt, or Crusader No Remorse. So that's good news.
Glad we're always getting more in depth and getting it better and better, because I think somebody asked, they don't understand like the hype of the use of this device. I think I described it a couple times, but basically it's a little bit easier to play it like the emulation of the hardware itself versus software, like just like an emulation on your PC. And a lot of people are striving to that, to sort of preserve the hardware and keep it like playing the games one-to-one and not have to worry about things like systems breaking down or the ultimate like source for video. So instead of like, I think for example, like for Super Nintendo, or like a Nintendo Entertainment System, instead of having to hunt down like an NES, get a mod in it, you just get a MR, and about the size of an RGB mod or an HDMI mod and that. And the same thing for a lot of consoles as well, like
I mean,
PlayStation.
a lot of us are going to be. I don't know. Somebody also said, Zeed said real hardware for life. And I know all of us have real hardware and we love real hardware. But I think that also, and I mean, but Pat, you also have a MR, and Dan, you also have one. But I really think that there's a lot of folks out there who are the type of folks who don't have all the space for every console. They want to have every console, but they just don't want to commit that kind of space or money. So they might get like a RetroPie, right? but they might also go the MiSTer route, because then you are kind of getting the actual consoles through gate arrays. It's hardware accurate versus just software emulation. So it's basically for the person who might get a RetroPie but decides they want something that's more accurate and that is going to provide a one-to-one experience, like Pat was saying, with all of those actual hardware consoles. And from the preservationist perspective, it is kind of the future of future-proofing this stuff so that it's available from a like historical museum type perspective, because the hardware is not gonna, entropy is like unavoidable, and the hardware is gonna die. My XRGB2 just bit the dust. I went to play the community challenge to try to log some laps, and I turned on my whole system, which is pretty much set to go, and I got nothing on my screen. I did all the troubleshooting. At XRGB2 itself is an old device, that was released contemporary to the Saturn, so it's kind of like, I like having it because it's very analog, it's very old. At the same time, the power switch is literally like a rail. It's like a long rail that has a bunch of connectors on it, and when you push it in, it bridges a bunch of connections on the SCART connector.
It's like a mechanical switch that does that too.
It is a freaking analog mechanical switch, yes. And so I, like a dummy, got the whole thing apart, and I pulled out the little tabs that kind of keep it locked in, and I pulled it out, right? And each one of those little things, each one of those tiny little metal connectors that bridge those connections is pushed out by like a tiny little spring that keeps like pressure on it, and of course a couple of those springs went flying and I can't find them.
Jeez.
So I was like, oh my god, now I borked it. I had to go get some like foam. Like I was able to find a solution where I got some like foam, which also has like a compression property to it, and I was able to jam that in there and put it back together and get it working. But it's like working now in a kind of like, if I touch it wrong, or if I look at it wrong, it might, so I got to start looking at, I mean, honestly, if I upgrade it all, it's going to be RetroTink, but that's going to require me to get all new cables, because I'm going to have to get RGB everything's JP21 right now. I still really love the XRGB2.
Well, you can always just get a converter for that.
I guess that's true. You could just get a converter.
I'm sure they sell
Is that pretty easy to do?
I'm sure they have an XRG,
JP21 to RGB.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a connector for that somewhere. That would be stupid if they didn't.
I guess that's what I'll do if they still have those, because I know fewer and fewer people use it, so I don't know if they keep that kind of stuff in stock.
You can always make it too. I think the connector is literally you just have to rewire things. So if you
just have to like rewire. Yeah, I guess that's true, huh? So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. Is like I haven't really been playing Saturn.
Well, Zeed's got a OSSC. Zeed's got an XRGB21 for sale. He's selling.
XRGB what?
XRGB2.
You have an XRGB. How much do you want? I don't know.
Make a sale here, right?
Do some wheeling dealing. Maybe put it on the SHIRO card.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
But seriously, it wouldn't be bad to have a backup. Honestly, mine's been like, Pat knows this from the early days that we did the SHIRO show. Like first, the little spring that actually like caused the power button, which is a mechanical switch. It's spring loaded, and the spring wore out, from use, so much streaming and stuff like that. To the point where I had to just take it out and glue a Lego onto like a gray Lego onto the front so that I could pull it in and out. Yeah, like a drawer.
MacGyvering this.
Yeah, like this.
Trying to keep it alive.
It's already like whatever. But I love this thing. I really do. It's like old Japanese, like mid '90s Japanese craftsmanship. I'm talking about the craftsmanship.
Yeah,
and it's like
the
falling
springs
apart.
flew out of it and is falling apart.
You're right. Amazing craftsmanship.
Yeah, no, nothing's happened to the Waka yet. My whole setup really is like a mystery that it all works, but it's all like mid '90s stuff,
Yeah, no, I don't blame you though, Dave. Like people have been saying like the death of get rid of the SCART cables and stuff, and it's like I was like things like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna do that. Like everyone's like, get all these SCART cables or convert all the like component and get the stuff, and I'm like You know what? I'm set. Like at this point, I don't want to redo my entire setup. I don't need to do that. It works. It looks good. I'm good. I'll get upgraded RGB cables, but I'm not doing that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Beaner Bob for the $4.99 replacement for Dave's stuff fund.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Wiener Bob. Anyway,
you said just check the closet. There was an XRGB 3, not a 2.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a big difference. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. XRGB 3 was it had a lot more bells and whistles. It had a remote. It had a bunch of extra stuff you could do, but it was kind of that weird, awkward point between the 2 and the
Mini.
and the FrameMeister, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that it still does that weird thing where when you pause the menu, it kind of this cuts out, you know, as it's going to the net. Like the XRGB 2 doesn't do that. It just does Bob deinterlacing on interlace content, so it's like never skips a beat. Anyway, I don't want to keep talking about this. Anyway, the Mister's cool. Yeah, for people who don't get the hype, it's cool. It's
so you're just like, I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's like, oh dang.
No, I don't. I felt Dan's gaze. Dan's looking at the clock.
I have no gaze. No gaze.
Okay. I feel like I'm under pressure to get back on track.
Under pressure.
Good. I'm glad you feel that pressure, Dave.
As someone who does not own a Mister, I still think I still see the value. I think that it's for a lot of people. I will say that it's ugly as sin. That I think that that's the thing, is it feels like they just needed to be in that big box because it's always changing, right? It's like a moving target. Like maybe
and you gotta build your own and change different things out that you want to add. You know, if you want some extra RAM or you want a different video out, you know, or some more USB plugs or whatever, like you kind of have options.
But it doesn't feel like it's a final thing yet. Like at some point, I feel like it's hard for them to make any kind of like finalized, really cool looking shell, you know, beyond just like what you see there, like a pretty simple box with ports on the sides, because like you say, it's always changing and people are adding stuff, right? It's not like it's a done deal.
Yeah, I mean, you can get cases. Like mine does technically have a case on it, but it is still, like a little plastic case, but it is still like not sleek or anything. Like Eric in chat said, that's why I went with the Superstation, which, you know, I get that. That makes sense. Like it's pretty much looks like a PS1, but it is kind of, you know, a Mister.
Oh, right. Yeah, exactly.
And that is kind of cool looking.
Wasn't that like the Mars project or something?
It was under works. It's been kind of quiet recently. I think they're still hacking away at it, but I don't know. There's not been words on it. There's been a lot of stuff with the project. I think there's been a lot of controversy stuff that I'm just not going to get into, and I don't want to pick sides on it. So
Pat brought his Mister to PRGE, and it was like, I don't know, like something you would see in the Matrix, like when they were in Zion or something. Like it had wires coming out of it.
Is the Ghostbusters catch device for the ghosts?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It does kind of look like that. That's true.
It was. He had a pretty complex setup. You know, it had like little keyboard on there, and I don't know, like, but yeah. So
keyboard is useful for those things.
It's not. Let's say it's not the kind of thing that I feel just like sits on your living room setup and looks like really beautiful, you know, is all I'm saying. You know, it's not. It's a workhorse. It's the kind of thing that you'd want to keep behind closed doors.
Yeah, honestly, I do agree. It's not the prettiest, but the thing is that I'm a tinkerer. I remember people would always like say, "Oh, get a case for it. It's in a short circuit." I'm like, this is like the 21st century. Literally, I've thrown that thing in wood grain. I put it against the metal things on my standee. It's been everywhere. It's been at conventions, in a airplane, outside of an airplane, in a hotel room. It's been everywhere, and it works. It's been everywhere. It works fine. I've had it since 2018. No issues ever with it. Always worked. Boot up fine. Attached so much stuff to it. So much crap. New RAM modules. New stuff. Like, it's gone through the ringer, but it's been working well for me. It plays games fine, and I need to get it sorted on the TV because I want to play some Snatcher for Christmas. Maybe I'll do a stream of it.
Yeah,
I'll do a Christmas Snatcher stream, and do one of those. I'm working on it.
True. That's the other nice thing about it is like whenever you want to play something, pretty much just have it at your fingertips. You're like, oh, I forgot I sold my Sega CD, or it's not working, or whatever. Okay, just play it on the Mister. You know, At least you can plug it into a TV. And
I didn't play it. I just played the Mister.
Right. So,
well, should we thank our wonderful Patreon subscribers, our supporters?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks to all of our beautiful $10 and up patron supporters. We got A Murder of Crows, Anastasia Beaverhausen, Cerulean, Chad Clark, Chris Piper, Daniel Fredrickson, Derek Pascarella, A-Team, Emerald Nova, Evo42, Fat Drunk Friend Otaku, Gem Clasher Rank, Johannes Fetz, Lion Wing Publishing, Memphis, Normal Guy, Nutrageous, Paul Bort, Robert Ramsey, Rowan Dinked, Sega Steve, Shadow Mask, Stone Man, and Young Money Sweet.
Thanks to everyone.
Sweet. It's sweet. Yes. And some of these guys like also have like supported us for long. You can actually see here like how long they've supported us. And some of these folks it's been years that they've been $10 and up supporters. We really, really appreciate all you guys, and we love shouting you out on the show every week. And for everyone else,
interacting with you too.
Your name's in the credits. You'll see if you support us at any level, you see your name in the credits, and you also have access, I think, to the SHIRO Insider. Was it 3 and up? SHIRO Insider chat.
Yeah, SHIRO Insider chat.
What do they have to do? Yeah.
We also have stuff for sale. Still have the magazines. Still have plenty of those left over.
Well, I don't know, plenty. I'm looking right now, and we have like 30, probably 25. 25
magazines. If you guys want magazines, definitely get it. I don't think we're gonna reprint it again. I think we're gonna see if we can get the second one going eventually.
For real.
We'll have to do a regrouping on that and talk about that and see where we're at with
Speaking of magazines, I just sold a bunch of magazines to Frank Cifaldi.
Oh yeah.
From the big, but you know what? He didn't actually need them to archive. He already had. No, he was buying them for their patrons because they do this thing where they send like depending on your level, you get like a 90s magazine or something like that.
That's funny.
You get like
Did Frank was it actually Frank that bought it though?
It was Frank. It was Frank. And you know what he told me? He said, I buy up all the magazine lots on eBay that are under a certain amount, that are like within my budget. I'm like, so you're telling me that I sold them for too cheap? But, he had a good sense of humor about it. I was like, honestly, if I knew, I would have just given them to you. He's like, no, it's okay. This is why we have, why we're nonprofit and we have like funds for this kind of thing.
Hopefully
he bought my official PlayStation magazines.
Nice.
I wasn't using those things.
We're at the PlayStation show.
I mean, it's a good magazine. I just don't have endless space to store everything,
I feel that. Yeah. We'll have to talk to Frank. I'd love to get him on the show or something, or get him on a podcast.
Yeah, it would be cool. I might be, I could probably hook him in from the to talk about growing up in Las Vegas, because he grew up in Las Vegas. I was born in Las Vegas. It's a weird place to.
Las Vegas. He did
an interview about. He did a really fascinating interview about it, and went into detail. But I don't know. He's a busy guy, but I might be able to hook him into an interview that would be fun.
Let's get it. I'd love to talk.
What else? Oh, t-shirts. Yes.
Got shirts designed by our amazing Dave. I have one right here, the Sega Gal. I love this shirt a lot.
Could you stand up?
Oh yeah, I'll try to stand.
Can you stand up so that people can see it? Oh yeah, it looks really good. It looks really good. Cool.
I got the tri-blend on that. I definitely read the tri-blend. I'm not a big fan of the regular t-shirts on this one. They kind of a bit too tight on my arms. But like the other shirts are good. Like I like the High Saturn one. I got the premium one. That was a good shirt. The Ketakana have to
I've got my old Panzer Dragoon one on here.
Yeah, we still got that for sale here too. It's down here on the bottom.
And Dan chose the right color. He chose the navy blue. Like I feel like that design. That's even what I have it shown on there for, because I feel like the design is made for navy blue. I'm surprised you went blue with the Saturn girl, considering her jeans are blue, so you get a little bit of blue on blue.
I kind of like it. The things I don't think the tri-blend. The tri-blend didn't have like a good pink option.
Like a pink or anything? Oh, okay.
I had like a red, gotcha. So that's the closest I can get. So I don't know if there's a way to get a tri-blend with a pink option. If we can get that. But the thing is that if I got the pink,
these things. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I would say the things that if I got the pink, it would go into her hair. But if I get the blue, it would go into her jeans. So it's like a
Yeah.
Kind of a lose-lose. I kind of like the blue though, mostly because I just want a blue color shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So
she looks really good on purple too.
No,
just for what it's because her hair is pink, so I mean it looks good on purple. I don't know if they have an example of that, but I noticed like a lot of people order our shirts and put them on purple. Like Paul Bort does it. I think Tom Fum did it. Like I'm always amazed at, because when I design these things, I have kind of like a vision of like, okay, what kind of would look good.
Yeah.
And I think the only shirt that I've actually put on purple is the pig, which was his, not mine, but Gregory Rasputin's pig that he did. So the pig's on purple. And then the
like
creamy
3D.
Saturn graphics or whatever is also on pink or purple. Yeah. So
I have that one on a red hoodie. That's Bunny's actually.
Red
bunny.
Oh yeah, I've seen her wear that. But I always think it's funny when like people will buy like some random design and they'll put it on purple. I'm like, okay. I never thought of that, but I mean, I guess it looks good.
People like purple.
It works. A lot of people really like purple.
Both Tom and Paru look really good in purple, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. A good a good purple hoodie is where it's at. Jesse has his scouts troop. Their official like B rank or B class hoodies that they wear are purple. It looks good.
Nice.
Alrighty, I think that's it.
Yeah, so I mean, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
I mean, we went a little bit over on time, but it was fun. Until next week. I have parent-teacher conferences on Friday, so I may be late.
Maybe,
but these guys will hold down the fort. Yeah.
All right.
And we're just reminding you that you must play Sega Saturn. Until next time, we'll catch you later. So keep doing the community challenge. Got it. That Fart Daily, he's just running the board.
Fart Daily. And we're in our last week to sign. I think our last week to sign up for the tournament too, for worldwide soccer. So do that too.
Yep.
In our Discord.
Sounds good. Play Sega Saturn.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.